Men have far less of a problem with it, right? Like if a woman's not working and she moved back in with her parents and she's dating now, right? Like men kind of don't really have a problem with that. But like obviously women, this is like the number, like the bare minimum. You have to have a job in your own place, right? Have you ever been out on a date with a guy, like a first date or really early on, super attractive guy, and he did or said something that just boom killed it, and you're muted,
Allie?
Allie?
Sorry, I didn't hear my name. Yes, I have definitely had that happen.
So what
Okay, what
was
did
it?
he say? What did he do?
The classic line of like all of my exes are crazy, no accountability. I have one specific instance in mind of that happening with someone that physically was my type, seemed to have it all together, but like there was just no accountability, or it seemed like emotional intelligence with previous relationships, and that was a hard stop for me.
So what do you mean he was your type? What does that look like?
Oh, what's my type? Or like
Yeah,
physically.
so clearly like physically he was very attractive to you. What does that look like?
Um, I like someone that takes care of themselves, like physically, works out, goes to the gym, clean cut, good hygiene. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't say I have like a specific type, but it was someone that I was attracted to.
So like when you say takes care of themselves physically and goes to the gym, like I'm sure
Jack.
you see guys at the gym that you're not attracted to their
Sure.
physiques, right? So are you talking like he's strong, broad shoulders, big arms, big shoulders, small waist?
Yeah, no, not like body, but no, I wouldn't say like bodybuilder type, like, because I don't believe that that's sustainable for many people with busy lives. But like, I wouldn't like, as someone like I pride myself on like taking care of myself, hitting the gym. Like, I probably would not date someone like heavier set, um, that's short
Percent.
and
Fat, right?
stocky and doesn't
That's
like I
short.
think
Why'd you
everyone.
have to throw short in there? The short
Because
guys
I'm
can't
I'm
fix that by
five
going to
Dumbass.
the
I'm
gym.
because I'm 5'10", and so for me height does matter. Um, like
Okay,
I'm
this is
tall.
not about taking care of yourself in the going in the gym, because a short fat guy who's going to the gym doesn't make the cut. He has to be tall and in shape.
Sure.
So do you have like a celebrity that like this male celebrity's physique is like what kind of what you're drawn to in guys? Like should they look like Chris Hemsworth? Like what should they look like, right?
I'm gonna sound so like out of touch saying this that I don't really follow a lot of celebrities, but yeah, sure, we'll go with Chris Hemsworth.
You know what he looks like?
Yeah, he's that guy that dated or was with like Miley Cyrus, right? Or was that
I have
Liam?
no clue if that's the case.
I don't know.
Yeah, he needs to be jacked, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So not bodybuilder, not like where it's crazy, but he needs to be jacked, right?
Sure.
Okay, same
Wish you
question
luck.
for Crystal and Yasmin. Have you ever had experienced a moment where a guy said or did something and instantly just kills that attraction?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. Um, I'm thinking of
Okay, what
one
did he do?
instant. It was one instance in particular, where we were on a date, we were getting along really well, but he kind of pivoted the question to talk about his ex-girlfriend, and when he did, it became the topic of conversation for a good, like, half hour, and that was just kind of like the moment where I went, I'm not interested."
So why didn't you tell him I don't want to hear about your ex-girlfriend?
So I did try to pivot the conversation away, but then he somehow managed to bring it back up, and at that point in time, I kinda just sat back and went, "I'm just gonna let you have this moment because you clearly wanna talk about it, and that's that."
So was the way in which he was talking about her the issue? Or was that it seemed like he was still into her?
It seemed like he was still into her.
So he was saying good things about her.
Saying good things, he was talking about how like how integrated she was into his family and how she went to a lot of family events. He was talking about how like what type of activities that they did together or how long they were together and where he like essentially where things ended and why kind of things went wrong. But then he would still bring it back in a positive light. And at that point in time, I think I just accepted that he was clearly still stuck on something in that relationship.
So do you think this was maybe his way of expressing like what he's looking for in a woman?
At one point I did, but then the way that he was speaking about her in particular, it wasn't necessarily like, "This is my expectation." It was more so of like, she was such an incredible person, and I
You
think that
should have
was kind of
asked
where the
him.
went.
You should have asked him why'd she leave you?
I should have asked that question, but I didn't. At that point in time, I think my brain had completely shut off.
Would it have changed at all if he was talking about her in a different light, though? Like, if he wasn't saying that she was like the best girl ever, and he was saying,
Like, she was awful.
oh, maybe like talking trash about her, would that have changed it? Would you have had a different opinion, or would you still have been
I
like,
think
"Ah, I'm
I
done with this"?
no, I think that would have bothered me too because I don't think you should talk about your exes in, like, negative lights. But that's
So
just, like, my personal opinion, so
I don't think that this is about how he was talking about her. I think this is about the fact that every single story this guy had to tell, every event in his life focused around her and included her, and the guy had nothing going for himself.
that may have also been a part like, he wasn't employed at the time, so there was a lot that, like,
Jesus.
really led up to that, but that was also a really big part of it too, for sure, because everything kind of pivoted back to her, and then
Mhm.
when it came out that he didn't have a job at the time, when it came out that he'd been at home for a while, I was like, "Okay, like, this is starting to seem less and less like someone I would probably see a future with."
So he lived with his parents and he didn't have a job, but the thing that killed the attraction the most was him talking about his ex-girlfriend.
Yes, because at that point in time, I didn't know that information first. That had come
Oh,
out
so that was
after.
that was after you were like,
Yeah, that
"No," and
was
now you're like, "Really?" Like, "I
yeah, I
gotta
was
go."
like, "Yeah, absolutely not."
So how important is it, like, how big of a red flag is it if a guy doesn't have a job and he lives with his parents?
I don't think it's a really big problem if you're working on it. If it's something
Come
that like
on.
it's inevitable. Sometimes it's unfortunate, like you do get laid off. It only becomes a problem when you've been laid off for like an extended period of time and you're not doing anything to move forward. That's when I would see it as problematic.
Because, like, men have far less of a problem with it, right? Like, if a woman's not working and she moved back in with her parents and she's dating now, right? Like, men kind of don't really have a problem with that. But, like, obviously, women, this is like the bare minimum. You have to have a job in your own place, right?
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one on one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.